It was just one of those days where I woke up, realized I had the house to myself, so I better start filming again. So let's just see where this takes us. Hello lovelies and welcome to my channel. That was weird. I'm on a bed. It's bouncy. Okay. So today's video, I don't really have a whole lot planned. I have an idea in my mind and I thought, okay, I'm gonna go with this. So I was inspired by Kimberly Clark's anti-haul series that she has going on that other YouTubers are doing. I'm not doing that, but I was inspired by it. So her anti-haul video is where she chooses overhyped products and say, I'm not going to buy this and I'm not going to buy that. And the whole idea behind it is to kind of cut down spending on makeup or realize that you don't really need all these products, because the truth is so many sponsored YouTubers, affiliated YouTubers, they overhype all these products and it can cause a lot of pressure, because when so many of these YouTubers are telling you, you need this, buy this, buy this, it's overwhelming and you fall into the trap and you buy it. I have certainly done that before. So the inspiration from the anti-haul video, this, I guess, could become a series. At least today's video is what you should and what you shouldn't buy. And a little disclaimer, I guess I should say. I'm not here to belittle, to trash talk these brands. I love these brands, but sometimes some of these products, they don't work out for me, or I love them. I just thought it would be nice and refreshing to hear a YouTuber, someone who's not paid for or sponsored by these brands, to give you your honest opinion. So I have gathered some of the most hyped up products in the past couple of months, I'm gonna say, and I love some of these, and some of these I feel like I could have gone without them. So maybe this video can be helpful to you guys, to have an honest, unaffiliated YouTuber to talk about these products. I hope that all makes sense. That was kind of long. So this series, if it becomes a series, I think I might stick with the title, what you should or should not buy. So let's just jump right on into it, because it's going to be rambly, so probably get a snack or something. I'm going to start with probably one of the most hyped up makeup products that have been out there for a little bit. It's been hyped up for quite some time. And this is the Becca Jaclyn Hill face palette, that whole champagne collection. Now, I have the eye palette, and I actually got a good one. It works well for me. Some of the matte shadows, they work on the eye. It's the swatches that's kind of, they're fine. It's workable for me. But since that palette got discontinued, I decided I'm not going to really talk about it. But what I will talk about is this very coveted champagne palette. What it is, it's 2 highlighters and 3 blushes. And I'm sorry if things are kind of overblown. I'm back home and trying to figure out this light situation, and I have a window there and I don't know. Okay, so you get 3 blushes, 2 highlighters, and to be honest, I was more excited about the eye palette. Even though this was all hyped up, I wasn't going to get this, but it was in stock, so I got it. I love the packaging, and I really, really wanted it, to be completely honest, is this shade here, Rosé Spritz, is a beautiful blush shade. I am wearing it today, but I have a lot of glow going on my face in this viewfinder, but it's there. The champagne pop, and I don't know why no one is talking about this, maybe because the eye palette got all of the hate and everything like that. I don't think these highlighters are the same formula. I could look up the ingredients, but I haven't yet. If I do, I'll put them in the description, I guess. I have the original champagne pop that's in, you know, the compact. It's very smooth, very creamy, and this is not as smooth. It's kind of the same situation where it feels like a different formula. The color's the same, but it doesn't feel, the formula doesn't feel the same. And same with this. This was the first Becca Jaclyn Hill, what was this called? Champagne Glow palette, where Champagne Pop, it doesn't feel the same to me as the original one in the compact. Okay, so this palette, for a fair girl, it doesn't quite work. To be honest, I've had this for a couple weeks and I've only used Rosé Spritz. I've swatched the others, but Rosé Spritz I feel like needs its own compact because it is like my favorite blush right now. I feel like I can't use Prosecco Pop because it is really, really gold for a highlight for my fair, cool tone complexions. I'm sure this is going to work for someone that's closer to Jaclyn's skin tone, kind of this medium, light medium, or if you're really tan, this will look beautiful and good. And even though the highlighters might be a different formula, they still perform pretty well. They're pretty pigmented, but it doesn't feel the same to me as their original highlighters. And for Amaretto and Pamplemousse, I feel like Pamplemousse is way too bright for me personally, and Amaretto I haven't exactly used. It could be used as contour, but it's gonna come off too orange on me. So really, I got and only use this product because, or this palette because of one product, which is Rosé Spritz blush. So I don't think you need it. If I can do it over again, I might still get this just because of Rosé Spritz. But with this being like, was it over $50? It was like $52, I think, for one blush is ridiculous and insane. We're going to talk about Jeffree Star now. His Beauty Killer palette. Now I've been a fan of Jeffree Star since 2008. With his music, when I was going through a rough time, I just got into his music unexpectedly, and I've kind of followed him through ever since then. I'm not going to talk about any controversies or anything like that. I'm just going to talk about the product. This palette, I actually really like it. A lot of people don't like this palette because it's kind of inconsistent, as you can see, the color wise. Brights, a neutral, like two neutrals, and then all brights, and like a smoking out shade or something. And actually, I can't hate this palette because it's different. He went and did something else, and the truth is you can't please everyone. The pigmentation is amazing. The formula is a little on the inconsistent side, I'm gonna say. Like, Rich Bitch, this beautiful gold one, it feels a little gritty and it's kind of crumbly, but the truth is, so are Morphe shimmer shades, so are the Natasha Denona metallic shades. That's just the finish of the shadow where it's gonna feel gritty, it's gonna have fallout. And the best way to apply Rich Bitch is with your finger. I have found that for many different brands and shadows, is that the metallics and those hardcore shimmer that aren't really shimmering, more like foiled, it's best to use your finger, not a brush, I found. This palette's not going to be for everyone. Like, to be honest, I'm never going to use this pink. I don't even like bright pink lipstick on me. That's fine. And it's fine if you do like that stuff. Just for me personally, I'll probably let my sister dip into that pan because she's all about the pink. There's some really beautiful shades. I love Princess. It's this white with this very iridescent pink to it. I love Violence, but Violence, I have a hard time keeping it on the lid. There are some comments, even with a primer, sometimes these shadows fade. Again, and I think that's just, no matter what kind of brand you are, that's just that type of shade where it's bright, so it's going to be harder to keep on even with the primer. Same thing with this metallic. They're always going to be gritty and crumbly no matter who makes it. If you're into these kind of shades, I would say get this and try it. Don't always listen to you know, the people who are bashing it, but don't listen to the people who are overhyping it like his friends. And I love all of them. I love those YouTubers. Just know that this palette is not perfect. It's unique, so it is not for someone who's very neutral or kind of basic in their makeup. If you want to experiment, try it, but just know there are a few flaws, like with Violence and Rich Bitch and Vanity kind of blends out into... This is so like pigmented and beautiful, but then when it blends out, it's just, it looks like charcoal or something. It doesn't look like that beautiful black plum color. It just looks like black as the things. But if you like these kind of shades, then get it. Just know, like every other palette, there's always some hit and misses. Continuing with Jeffree Star, if you can get two things from the Jeffree Star line, I would say, one, get the Velour liquid lipsticks. I love those. They're my favorite formula. I love them so much. A thing you should probably get if you love Bam in your face highlighters, like this big highlighter splotch on my face. His Skin Frost are incredible. But I really like this kind of highlight. That's just me. It's just makeup. Go for it if you want to. I have Ice Cold, which I just recently got because I ordered Ice Cold with the Beauty Killer palette, and they sent me mint condition, but they were very, very nice, and they allowed an exchange because I ordered Ice Cold. And it pretty much, it went smoothly. So good job to Jeffree Star customer service. I know sometimes they get a lot of flack. So it was, I want to say it was Dana. She uses emojis in her emails. I thought it was cute. But, so Ice Cold is what I have on my cheeks. I love it. And it's really perfect for, pale, cool tones. I love icy white highlighters, and for the longest time it was all about gold highlighters, and you couldn't find one that suited pale ass people like myself, and this one certainly does. So this one is beautiful. I love it. And one I really wanted, and that I got this over a month ago when it was kind of like the surprise drop launch of just Ice Cold, and this one I went back and forth on it because I wasn't sure if it was gonna work with me, and it does, I think. And I also like using it as a blush, and this is Peach Goddess. Everyone talks about this one too, and really, so if you're a fair, cool tone and you're afraid of this not working for you, don't be afraid. It will work. It's very more subtle when you blend it out on your cheeks than how it looks in the pan. Like in the pan, this looks kind of scary. That's why I was questioning it. But once it gets on your skin and you're in light and you blend it out, you can make it very subtle and it works. So these are a yes from me. I'm really excited. He's coming out with like a lavender one. Talk about Tarte. I don't like Tarte. I've mentioned that before, but it was Tarte I have a problem with because it is the same color range all the time, and sometimes like the Tartelette in Bloom and the Tartelette is a hidden gem. The texture, the formula is really good, and then sometimes Tarte is really not good. So Graveyard Girl, if you don't know Bunny, then you should, because she has like over 7 million subscribers, did a collaboration with Tarte, which I'm so happy for all these YouTubers doing all these collaborations with big brands. I don't know. It's just nice. I just like it. This Tarte palette, it's kind of the same basic Tarte shades that come in every other palette. I just took a chunk out of Sweet Tea. Now it's all under my nail. Okay. So it's all kind of the same classic Tarte shades, but I love the names, but that's not why you should buy a palette, is because of the names, even though I'm guilty of doing it. The formulation is actually really good. This is the better quality Tarte that I do like, kind of like their Tartelette and Bloom palette. But if you have one Tarte palette, you have them all. I haven't really used this that much, to be honest. I swatch them, they swatch beautifully, but it's neutral, basic stuff I already have. Again, kind of like the Becca Jaclyn Hill face palette. I only really love and wanted it because of one shade, which is the highlight in Gator Wings. Is simply beautiful. It's really just a beautiful. I don't know how to quite describe it. It's kind of a very icy white with a little bit of champagne in there. It's really good, but unless you are a Bunny fan and you don't have a Tarte palette, then you don't need this. If you are a huge fan of Bunny and this will be your first Tarte palette, get this, because this Tarte palette has really good formula. They're pigmented, they're blendable. It reminds me of Too Faced because it smells like cocoa, which is fine. But I have to say, the winner in this palette for me is Gator Wings. Honorable mention, I really like Sassy Bun. But again, it's just all neutral. I like Dog Man. It's really nice. And this blush, I haven't used, but looks really nice because it's a cool tone peach. So there's some of them right there. So they're very pigmented and smooth. So again, if you're a Bunny fan, if you don't have a Tarte palette, then this is a great one to get because it's on the good Tarte formula side. The Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I have bought the other ones and I have sold them on my Depop because I just didn't reach for them that much. Or sometimes it's a little inconsistent in the formula. But this palette, I freaking love it. This is a really good quality palette. Pigmentation, these colors are beautiful. They're my kind of colors. These burnt oranges, these berries. It's so good. So this hype is real on this one, but I'm gonna say, if you have the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette, you don't need this. If you don't have the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette, you don't need the Holy Grail palette because this is a million times better. I personally did not like the Holy Grail palette and I sold it, but I'm going to talk about Violet Voss in another moment. So there you go. Okay, there's some deeper shades and there's a little light shade. To be honest, I haven't played with this one that much, but I think I can say that this is the best Anastasia palette they have released. And now, since I talked about Violet Voss, I'm gonna talk about Violet Voss with the collaboration of Laura Lee. I did just get this yesterday and I swatched it last night and I really liked it. And I used it today for my eyes. Let's just get this off the bat. All of these shimmer shades, like Laura Lee Tickled Pink, Hissy Fit Bitty, 1988 Fleeky, Yoshi, Rammer Jamma Smash Lee, are the best. I love this kind of formula. It's like the Morphe shimmer formula, the Makeup Geek foiled formula. I love that formula. So they're the best. They definitely show up and swatch the best. Last night when I was swatching the matte shades like Purse Pot, Mama Bird, Ragamuffin, Fried Britches, Alabama, Whiskers, Aloo, Bubs, Basic, I was very disappointed with how they swatch. They kind of swatch on. Okay, so now my framing is a little bit off and the lighting is going to be a little off because I had to switch my DSLR instead of my Canon camcorder. That's easier to record off of because this one cuts me off every 20 minutes. So the matte shades of the Violet Voss, they swatched really patchy for me. They feel a little dry to me. They swatched fine then, of course. It could have been just me, but if they do swatch a little dry, a little patchy, which isn't happening right now, so it could have just been a last night thing, they work beautifully on the lids. That's the point. Even if they swatch dry from this palette, they really worked and blended well together on the lid today. So this is a big yes for me. I can't say anything about the Drenched Metal palette because I don't have it. But the Holy Grail palette, the one that everyone really overhypes and everything, is the Holy Grail palette. It's not worth it to me. If you love those shades, then you probably already have those shades somewhere else since you love them so much. They didn't feel like anything new to me. The swatches kind of were a letdown, but this palette is really good. And I'm really happy I did get this one because it has these shades I do really like. And I really like this green, which is on my lid, Smashly. It's on my lid. And I didn't think I'd like it because I don't really go for green. And this gold is like everything. That's really good. So this palette's a yes for me from Violet Voss. I would skip on Holy Grail though and just get the Laura Lee collaboration palette. Morphe. I feel like I've been talking a lot about Morphe lately. They have a new palette called the 35F, which I don't know if it is being overhyped about like the 350, but maybe it should because this palette's actually really good. I was going to say something, but I probably shouldn't say it because I don't want to be bound forever, but this is one of my favorite Morphe palettes, if not the favorite Morphe palette. I'm obsessed with their shimmer formula, to be honest, because it's not like shimmer. It is more of a foiled formula like Makeup Geek. This is all foiled except for this bottom row. You have your needed transitional shades, which I really, transitional or crease shades, which I really appreciate and love and think it was super smart. This is like kind of the perfect palette, to be honest, if you love these shades. And if you are one of those people who love their shimmer, but you need like a matte transitional or crease or something, then this palette is for you. So I'm really in love with this palette. And I need to use it more because I've only used it a few times. It's really good. Morphe's kind of killing it right now in like the best possible way. So the top three there are the shimmer and the bottom one there is the matte. And the mattes are creamy and pigmented and soft, and I love this palette so fucking much. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. But not really, because it's only like $22 or something. So get the 35F palette. So there you go, lovelies. That was kind of, I don't know, was it really more of a haul with a mini review? No, I'm going to go with what you should and should not get. Hopefully that was kind of helpful to kind of do a quick review. If you want more, give this video a thumbs up. I'll leave suggestions in the comments below. If you want tutorials with these palettes, more swatches, then tell me down below. And I think that's everything. Check out my Depop. I will be posting a little bit more. I am going on vacation, so I will be leaving Depop. All the information is down below with my Depop, and that's everything. That's everything. Is that everything? Look at nerds. What? Hi, nerds. Oh, she's so cute when she stretches. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Don't hit, no. Don't forget to hit my subscribe button if you haven't already. I will work on getting an upload schedule. It has been so inconsistent and I hate that. So I'm going to work on that after my trip. Remember to love others, but first and foremost, always love yourself because you're beautiful no matter what anybody else has to say. And be kind to one another. Love each other. Okay? Bye!